Yo, what's going on, guys? Self Denial here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make a versatile bass, a bass that can be used for multiple different purposes within a song. We're going to be doing this in Serum, and I will have a link for the patch in the description. So let's just dive right into it. So, first off, before we open up Serum, my post processing is turned off, nothing on the master, and this is our sound. I love it. So let's go into Serum. So this is an FM'd bass. I know there's somewhat of a stigma going around about that, but if it sounds good, it sounds good. The technique doesn't matter. Don't let people scare you off using a certain technique, because then they'll be using it and you won't. Um, so we've just got a sine wave. I love using the analog BD sine as opposed to the basic shapes. It just, you can add a little more harmonics to the sine wave versus the other one, which just changes shape entirely. We are FMing from A, and we are using a custom wavetable, which will be part of the link in the description. Um, and we're an octave up here. We're just going into the sine wave, and then that goes out into the filter. I always just have these. I don't know why. I just always have them enabled. We did add the sub, and we took that up an octave because it gave sub frequencies, and I really didn't want that. So I added that there, and we got this. We're using two LFOs and one envelope. This is the main LFO, which is controlling the volume there. This is controlling only the volume there. Let's go into the effects. I'm just going to run through what we've got. Not really a whole lot of explanation. You can experiment with a lot of this stuff. The key thing, though, is open that. There's hardly any movement on the flange filter because it tends to create. Here, I'll show you. So that's at 9. See, it sounds like a flanger. I try to not sound like a flanger. I want it to add to the sound, not become the sound, like not take over the entire sound. So that's why we have a little bit of movement there. We've just got, tube distortion, multiband compressor, phaser, which is also barely moving, not even full mix on that. Delay with really short delay times that are not BPM linked. This gives a little metallic feel to it once you add this. We'll A B that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We got a band reject filter, which is, small movements again, and not fully mixed. And then at the end of everything, we've just got like basically a high peak filter going. And that's the sound. So, what makes this sound versatile? Well, first I have this timbre knob, and yes, it's pronounced timbre, not timber. So this controls just a few things. We're going to roll back this wavetable position. We're going to roll this back just a tiny bit, and the bend plus there. And then there is one more. Make sure it's not on this page. Where is it at? You know what? I could just go to the matrix. Yep. Macro 2. The phase. That's right. The phase of this changes. So, wherever you got this knob, it'll sound a little different. So that changes, how you can use it. So like if you use this bass and you have the same pattern in two different drops, you can just change the timbre and it becomes a different thing entirely. Um, and then we just have the speed. So at 0, this is 1 bar. At 100%, we're at 1/16th, I think is what I wanted. Yeah. And that alone makes it sound unique. So then add that with a little bit of timbre. So the idea that I had for using this on the 16th notes is just that there. And that's where I added the post processing here to give it a little more crisp, a little more oomph, a little more presence. But you can do, a whole lot of different. I mean, you could use it however you want. But the key thing is knowing what you're using, right? So I knew because of this flange filter and because of the phaser that I've got there, the small movements are going to make big changes. So when I went to, add this knob here for the timbre, I knew changing just these few things was going to have a big effect once it goes through the flange filter. Now, I'm going to say this. If you guys download this preset, you don't have to just leave it as is and just use these knobs. I would recommend you play with the filter. Try other filters. I mean, we're using a flange minus. Why not use a flange plus? I mean, that sounds pretty cool too. Why not use both? I mean, just experiment. Use what's given to you and just deviate just a little bit, and you'll get very very different sounds. But this bass is versatile because I can use it as like a extended bass that's getting hit with a side chain or something with and have that pitch fall, or I can have it be like a machine gun bass, just rocking out there hitting notes like it ain't nobody's business. And we can do the pitch thing there too. I didn't add a lot of width to this for a reason, because this right here, it just sounds too sci-fi to me, and if I'm going for that, then that's what I'll do. But I just wanted more metallic. That's why we don't have a chorus and we don't have the hyperdimension. We just got this stuff because this filter does a lot to make it sound like sci-fi and metallic. Anyway, so thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this, please make sure that you like and subscribe. Leave comments on some other things that you would love to see me do. Make sure that you get the patch in the description. Download that, mess with it, play with it, use it in your songs. I don't care. It's free. But once again, thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you back soon. Deuces.